All right, let's go. It's 7 minutes. Why did I want to study persuasion rather than just scripts? Because everyone's using the same scripts, right? They're all downloading the same scripts, just about. So if I'm out there and I'm just saying the same things as everybody else, which I was for a while, those FISBOs can sometimes finish your sentences. If I'm doing a survey or whatever. So what happens is that now you haven't differentiated yourself. Now, how do you differentiate yourself? I want to give you a secret.
Mm,
And it's such a simple secret.
d'accord.
Don't take it lightly because it's so simple. Some things are the most powerful are simple. When it comes to sophistication, I don't know where else you can go that you can be get more sophisticated than I am in deep persuasion. It's a fundamental. So this is it. Are you ready? It really helped me, by the way, get more appointments. And it stuck in my brain. And here it is. When you're on the phone, it's a general statement. Everyone's going to say how they're the best, right? Whether you say it directly or imply it. So listen to this. That they know, the only way that they know you're different is your energy level. It's your energy that separates you from everybody else. Isn't that great? Because each one of you, let's say you don't have to, listen to all these dialogues and scripts, which you should do, but even before that, just increase your energy on the phone. Because what happens is the telephone doesn't transmit the sound waves. So what happens is I've been in many prospecting rooms in Vegas, other places, and great people there. People I go, wow, I admire the work ethic of that person. And I remember one broker who actually built a big company from like small. I realized why. He was right next to me, and he's relentless on the phone. He just cold called. In his case, he was calling agents, but he's like a machine. But he had a lot of energy. So energy transfers. And I'll tell you another secret that I didn't know until many years ago. You know this, and I'll explain it. You'll get it. Energy shows you care. Write that down. Energy shows you care. For example, let's say Nick says to me, "Coach, I'm buying a Ferrari. I'm importing it. A Ferrari, man. Tell me more. You see, I care. What about I go, oh, Ferrari? Yeah, whatever. See the difference? So energy shows you care. If someone goes, "Oh, I gotta go, my mum's in the hospital," really, what's happening? That's another secret. Energy doesn't mean jumping around all the time. I didn't know this stuff. No one's teaching it. Energy could be just intensity. In fact, energy, do you know, in the Dougal effect, it can be a whisper. I can say, your mom, what's going on? What? Right? So today, when you're on the phone, I want you to increase your energy, and I want you to increase it at certain points when you're talking, for example, about what you're doing. Right? That's number one. I gotta shoot you a lot of things. We got 7 minutes. Number two, use metaphors. Use examples of properties you sold. And this is how you do it. It's a formula I invented, and it gets me appointments. I remember calling somebody in Pickering. He's okay, he's got an agent, and I used this script. Are you ready? He was actually a nice gentleman, though. And I said his name. I go, I'll just call him Tony. And I go, Tony, you remind me of a client who was just like you. And that's exactly how I say it. I do it like a ladder. Now, when you say to someone just like you, what happens to your brain? If I say, let's say, Iqbal, you remind me of someone from school who was just like you. Now, what's Iqbal thinking? He's thinking like me. What? Good looking like me? Well, glasses like me? From a certain area of the country, the world like me? See, it's like a hook. So you go, who is just like you? And this is a story, and I've told this story to many people. The same story, by the way, because it's a good one. I go, I was talking to a seller on the phone, and he also was okay with an agent he was working with. But you know what? He liked my energy, and he said, "Come on over." And so I went to see him. And when he saw my presentation, he said, I got a feeling you're gonna work. Let's do it. So I listed the property, And I wish I could tell you that, I sold it right away, but I didn't. It took me 31 days to sell that property. But
Yeah.
by golly, did I get him a good price? And I wish I could tell you that I brought the buyer myself, but this is what happened. I had an offer myself, another agent had an offer on it, and the other agent actually won the deal and the house sold. But by golly, did I not push my offer to push the price of the other one? And in fact, when it sold, Tony was a carpenter, big brother. He came in and gave me a big bear hug. And he goes, Richard, you took care of me. You took care of my family. You took care. And that's it. That's my story. Not a normal story that people, realtors talk about. You see what I do? It's believable. It's actually a true story. It's believable because I showed a fault. I said, I bet you, like, right? I wish I could tell you. And people go, wow. And it shows honesty. But what did I do? I went bang in the end, but by golly, did I get him a good price. Any questions about that? You got that? So you want to use metaphors, especially when it's not working. And that, remind me of a prospect or a customer who is just like you. Use that today and use energy. Next is you got to be congruent with the message. So if you say to someone, I love you, like a romantic situation, you go, I love you, go make dinner now. Right? So when you go, so you have to be congruent. When you say the word confident, you got to say, yes, I'm Jill, I'm confident I can sell this
I'm
property.
going to.
Another line that I use is, I'm looking for this, looking for that. It works for me. I just say, you found your man. And as a woman, you go, you found your woman. But I go, you found your man. Because this is my area, blah, blah, blah. That's a good line. I just know because what I teach, I'm not a person that used to sell real estate a long time ago. And now has fantasies of how well they did. And they like to say things that are clever that they never even probably did, right? There are some greats out there that I respect, and some of my mentors, so they are great ones. But the difference is I'm actually doing it. So the things I'm teaching you are things that I'm actually doing. I've had ideas that I thought would work, and they don't. I got a script from somebody else and expired, and guess what it says? What it says is somebody says I'm going to go with the same agent, and the line was, are you prepared to have the same problem twice? Now, I took on that script, but I found that it's horrible. People fight with you. I don't know if anyone else uses that, but when you use that on the phone, immediately when they say, I'm going to go with somebody else, are you prepared to have the same? They start defending the agent. So why am I mentioning that? The scripts that don't work, that sound good until they're tested. So everything I'm teaching is tried, tested, and true. Next, I thought I should share with you what happened is I had a goal. It was in January, and my goal, single, like by myself, 100% prospecting, doing it myself, not with a team or anything. And it was to take a listing a day. So my goal was to take a listing a day. It was the 25th, and I flew down to Irvine, California to an event. And Mike, one of my mentors there, he actually told everyone, Richard took a listing a day. And so there's a lady called Diana Mazzacco and Linda Holmes, and they want to know what I did. Other people did, but they go, Richard, you know, let's go for a tea or coffee or whatever. We want to talk to you. And I go, sure. And they took me to this place called Southern Place Hotel, where that retreat used to be. And it was one of those afternoon tea things, where they have the sandwiches and the crumpets and all that, cute English style. Really nice. And I remember Diana was wearing a white, beautiful outfit as well. And then my wife was there too. And they said, so how do you do it? And they're probably expecting like a long thing. And I said, what I did is I prospected for 3 hours in the morning. No interruptions, nothing, like just 3 hours with one break. Usually maybe two breaks, but this is like I had to take a listing. So, and I set 3 listing appointments on average every day, 3 listing appointments. And by the way, my numbers, I'm going to tell you, are not impressive. So what would happen is one would cancel. Like I ended up going on 2 on average. And the reason I went on 2 was because I sometimes talked people into like the appointment. They didn't really want it, or they want to go with the same agent. They absolutely were dead set on going with the last agent. I just shoved myself in, and I kind of talked my way in. But whatever happened, I called them. They didn't pick up the phone or whatever. So someone like, I went to a stretch because I just want to get in front of people. So here I am. I went on 2 appointments and took 1, which isn't the best ratio. But you see, in that time, I just wanted to get in front of people. If they breathed and they were expired, they could fog up a mirror still. I'm going to see them. That was my attitude. But let me tell you why that came up. It's a sentimental, emotional story. I hope I can keep from any tears coming in my mouth. So what happened is, a month before that, a relative of mine, a really close, the brother died. He died young, like one of the brothers. And he was only in his 30s. And I felt really like I didn't know what to do. So in my own mind, I said to that person up there, I said, I'm going to take care of your sister. I'm going to take care of your sister. And that's why I said I'm going to take a listing a day, like to show that, to demonstrate it. So the reason why I took a listing a day, I had that purpose. And when someone's got a purpose, you can't beat them, right? I really admire people that were in the military, they served. When you talk to someone like in Vietnam, they'll tell you that when you're shooting those Vietnamese, whatever they're coming back in the Vietnam War, their legs are falling off that. And when their arms they're still coming at you because they have a purpose. So when you can find that purpose, other than just a check, which I love money, by the way, no apologies. But if you can find a purpose that's greater than this, like whatever you want to do or help or contribute or whatever with what you're doing, and you put yourself in that trance, nothing will stop you from doing your job. And the last thing I want to mention is who you surround yourself with affects your results. We all know that. We're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So there was a time going back many years when I wasn't getting an appointment that well. Like I wasn't getting that many appointments. So I called one of my friends and I said, hey, I need to get some appointments. It's like a slow few days, or I don't know what I can't remember, probably a week. And you know what he said? He said, Richard, call your leads. There's an appointment in it. And I go, oh, okay. So when I started to looking at my leads, I'm looking at my leads and I could see an appointment in it. Like it's almost invisible. Try it today. So when you get off this call today, right now, call your leads. Unless you got something else and call them later. But in your attitude, when you say there's an appointment, not a lead for the future, there's an appointment in your leads. Grab every lead you've got, everything on a napkin. Anyone at the gym who said, I want to buy a house, because they won't buy one and they'll tell you later, please congratulate me, I bought a house. So what you want to do is call all your leads today aggressively and go for the appointment. And if it's a listing, one of the lines is, you can use your own lines, there's lots out there, is, Rudy, it's Richard. Are you ready to sell your home? That's my line. Are you ready to sell your home? I love that line. It's worked for me. You can choose your own. There's other lines that work as well. But that's a simple one. Are you ready to sell your home? All right. So it's 7 minutes. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Send me messages, because I may do this next time. I may just do it for people that, like, in my group or whatever, but I might do this again. So if you like this, send me a message so I know that you get that link. Go get them. Call your leads. Let's get some appointments, and energy. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.